the homelessness in our community. There's so many little fragments that we need help with. And again, that's where Veterans of Virtue come in. With the mental health part of it, because to us that was a big piece of it too. And hopefully eventually we'll grow into creating a system that can help veterans transition. And I think that would be at least be a mental health support for transitioning. One of the organizations that I do work for now, we have a system. Well, I created a system for women who are coming from incarceration, right? And coming out of prison, and it's the same thing, right?
Exactly.
The military complex is the same as the prison complex system. So they're having the same issue when they're coming back home. And so I've been able to create the system, and I'm hoping to create the same thing for veterans with the right connections. To create a system that's a transitional thing where they have financial literacy resources, they have mental health resources, they have housing resources, they have everything they would need to at least come back in a more comfortable way, where they have some kind of guidance, and then you can figure out from there. But at least you have this, to go to. Yeah, like a framework, and that's what we need too as a framework. Okay, you have a group that's coming out. Okay, this is the framework you have. If you need these resources, it's there. And we don't have that. Right. So, that's what we're hoping to create in this. It's a big mountain, but like you said, with unity we can do it. Yeah. Because we know the cause and we just have to be the solution.
Now, you call my name when you say unity, because right now we want to just remind Atlanta, Fulton County, and the whole state, country, about the Sons of Atlanta and the call for unity that this project is bringing to our community. We last week we made our first major presentation to the community at Concerned Black Clergy, calling for community unity to help us with this project. Now, the project is the first phase of the project is to build a memorial. And we got the land, we got all the red tapes approved. We're set up to do a memorial in Piedmont Park. So we're going now throughout the county, preaching this spirit of unity that this project is designed to do in our community, to bring us together. Because these 246 young people had dreams, home ownership, using the benefits to accomplish a better station in life. They didn't get that. Why won't we put this knowledge in the communities from which they come, so the people that's coming behind them
have something?
And I think that we can get all these communities to agree upon that, because all of them have made this sacrifice. They've made the sacrifice. They've seen these young people coming out of their community, going into the military, and giving their lives for the freedoms that we have, for the opportunities that we're supposed to have. So we want to move out of the park, leaving this memorial in Piedmont Park, going into every community center, every library in Fulton County. Put in, you're going to write a book one day. I got a book,
Yeah.
We're going to put these books in libraries so people will understand the whole picture of militarism. Because I think some people get the impression that it's just a war machine. Right. The first responders to natural disasters, man-made disasters everywhere on the planet. The sacrifice begins when you first raise your hand, because you can't, they say, if I can say I'm going to give it to you, you ain't got no business with it. And from that day to the discharge, you are under the command of a regiment that teaches you what you need to do to operate an effective organization, together with people you never knew before. We need to bring that spirit of getting along, learning together, serving together in our communities. And we can do it through the community centers by providing help and education units that are in these centers every day. Information, letting people know what the resources are in that community to deal with the different problems they got. Making sure that we are unifying these organizations that are dealing with at-risk young people. They need to be together, all of them dealing with the same thing, so that we can uh, maximize the resources that they need to accomplish their mission. Because together as a community, together, all of us, we learned when we got in the military, we didn't have any choice about who we was in the barracks with, who we was in training with, who we was in the mess hall with. We all had to go to the same watering cross. And we did it well. If we hadn't, the U.S. military wouldn't be the force on earth it is today. It's the most diverse, the most integrated, and the most effective part of our community. Because these young people know how to get up and be on time.
That's true.
They know how to work together if they don't like each other.
Right.
Regardless
of your differences, you still gonna get the job done.
Regardless of the differences. We got to bring that sense of service to our communities so that we can address and resolve the problems that we have that are stagnating our community, that are causing violence in our community, that are causing lack. We know that 2% of the population ain't got no business with owning 90% of the wealth, but we keep feeding them. We keep cooperating with them, so they're getting away with it. But it's programs like what we're doing here today. We're talking veterans talking to veterans and the community. We got a chance to talk to them. And what they are doing, what we hope the audience is learning from us, is that with communication, with dialogue, we can bring about major changes. We've been doing this show now pretty close to a year. We'll be celebrating the anniversary of the man. And we haven't got it where we wanted to go, but we know that we got a format. We know that we got an audience that's hungry for knowledge. We know that we got a community that needs to be together on these issues that we're having. But we're separated, so we got a formula to go forward with helping them unify. The Sons of Atlanta. Everybody wearing the cap now, pretty soon they'll be wearing backpacks, it'll be coffee mugs, they'll be all over the city of Fulton County. And we are hoping that it's mimicked by other counties. Because see, we ain't just building memorials, we're building relationships. We're building relationships in government. I think everybody on Fulton County Commission know me and Tony now. 5 years ago, they didn't know us. But we've made ourselves known because of the project that we're pushing. It's a community project. It's something that should have been done a long time ago. It was not until 2012 when President Barack Obama, signed a proclamation acknowledging the 50th year commemoration of the Vietnam War, where he asked this nation to tell the truth. You messed over a whole generation of military servants. Not just those that served in Vietnam, but those that served in the military everywhere. Because of the unpopularity of the war, they couldn't even leave the military posts with their uniforms on. Tony,
I'm chopping at the bits on the topic of the military training, which was an example of that is before you picked up your first weapon in the military, you were trained about how to operate that, how much damage it can do, all of those things we were trained, so we were aware of what we had in our hands. The challenge that we're seeing today, there is no training. Anybody can pick up a gun, completely unaware of how much damage it can do, and point it at anybody. And so we have now a culture of people owning, possessing, and firing guns, not really knowing the kind of damage it can do.
Well, I'm going to put it like, we are in a war zone.
Yes. Yes. And it's unfortunate. And the challenge I have with it is when you have elected officials making it official that you can own a gun without any training, without registering, just go out and buy you a gun. That mentality, when he made that statement about owning a gun, I couldn't imagine it. And I guess it had to do with my military training, was the fact that, no, you don't give this person a gun and they don't know how to operate it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know.
Basic safety. Just basic safety
Yes.
training.
Yes.
It don't have to be nothing complicated and deep, just basic
Safety.
safety.
Yes. Yes.
And until we speak on this, you know, till we stand up and say, no more war weapons in our community. These politicians that we are electing, gonna follow the gun law.
Yes.
So we got to make it our business. We're veterans talking to veterans in the community to make sure that the community understand we got a solution to that problem.
Yes.
It's unity in our community. We unify and we let all those politicians that's sitting in office now, we don't wait till election time. We go to their office now.
Yeah, right.
And we need a law passed.
Yeah.
If you're gonna buy a weapon, you need to be trained.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, you need to be trained how to use it. You need to be trained how to secure it. Because your 6-year-old ain't got no business finding your gun and taking it to school. They shoot a teacher.
Yes.
This is veteran stuff. This veteran talking to veterans. We ain't cutting up nothing.
No.
You know, we just telling them like it is. If you don't like it the way we telling, then we gave you the right to. You know, we serve for your rights. You know, we might have ours. You know, you're gonna do this together. We have to keep this conversation going.
Exactly.
But now I want to shift gears a little bit because I need to get this package because
Yeah.
I need to get this. See, I live off of Cleveland Avenue. You ever been on Cleveland Avenue after dark?
Yeah. That's
Listen,
crazy.
I had somebody come in my yard and took a bite just last weekend.
Yeah,
While I'm sleeping. And we got a dirt back. I had a dirt back. Got a dirt back up under the thing. I didn't have something enough to lock it down, right? They done cased me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They
Yep.
done cased me. Now, this is a dirt bag, a big dirt bag, you know, a little bitty bag. So it had to take at least 2 people to get it out my. I was asleep back in there.
Slept right through it. A sound sleeper.
I know we got to do economic disparities. And
Oh, yes.
It's something that we can do something about. But it's going to take some discipline to fast. You know, it's going to take some discipline to fast. See, we don't give appreciation. We celebrate our prophets and our leaders, but we don't really appreciate what they gave us. Dr. King showed us how to stop oppression.
Right.
Stop cooperating with it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Listen, if we stop going to Walmart, I bet you they'll raise their prices of what their employees getting paid every day.
Exactly.
We need to fast in America for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
we need some fasting going on.
Absolutely. I agree.
You know, because we need lack cut so crime won't grow. Lack is the bed seed of crime. It's just like putting good dirt and you know how when you're mixing your flower bed. That's what lack does for crime. If you got lack in a community, you're going to have people scheming to do crime. Scheming to do crime. So we got to...
We're going to get to her package now.
He's like, all right, stop the talking and get to it.
Let's get to this package. I live on Cleveland Avenue, and I need this.
So
We got to find a way
these
to
come
get
in
this.
2 different sizes, right? This is a smaller size, and in it we have some stress reduction vitamins. These are what Rev was talking about. These are micro doses of
He did give you
calm. Yeah, it just makes you calm. And even on our website, you'll see people with testimonies and how it's really calmed them down a lot. And with our essential oil, you'll see testimonies on here too about people who had headaches and all they did was rub this on there and sniff it and their headache just went away without taking any kind of medication. So, but this is our most popular. This has been really helpful in just calming the stressful veteran or just person, period. But, you know, just calming it, and it's natural. It works with your natural body. It's things that should already, you know, be in your body. Vitamins, plants, it's plant-based. And yeah, so this is what Rev keeps raving about is this. It does naturally calm you down. And then we have cards for calm, and these are just positive cognitive behavioral visuals, affirmations, and they're really the reason why I decided to put this in there, because it helped me, right?
Okay.
It's just it changes your perspective on things, like, oh, I didn't really think about that, or just helps calm your anxiety. So this I thought was very important to put in here, because it talks about mindfulness, it talks about cognitive behavior, it gives you perspectives that are different, creative thinking, how to get out of a stressful mindset at the time. So these three have been really helpful. So this is what's in this smaller package. These three things are the main things. And then in the bigger packet, it comes with a little bit different variety. We have, so this Practicing Mindfulness book comes in there, 75 essential meditations to reduce stress and improve mental health. And this has been helpful to me too, and other veterans that they have said has really brought a type of revelation to them on how to handle their cognitive behavior, their mindset. It's all about mind management. And so this is what has been really popular with us too. We have been working with the VA, and they donated a bunch of gun locks for us to add to the kit, because veterans, one of the most ways that we have been taking our own lives is from the gun. And so this is like a deterrent. This can be life or death. When you have this locked and you're in a unhealthy mental state, and the fact that you have to go find the key, go do this, go do that, unlock it, just that little time frame can really save your life. So that's the difference between these two boxes. But it has the same goodies in there. The lavender is everyone's been raving about, and have been leaving testimonials on our website about. Is the lavender essential oil has been the one that has been calming people down. It helps them sleep, and it reduces headaches and stops headaches. So this is essentially what's in the packet until we find other holistic partners, distributors that we feel can be added onto here. So we do go through a like a little screening. Does this really work? What are the people saying? Is this a natural thing? And then we add it onto here. So these are the two kits that are available, that it has been working, and people have been saying that it works. And so we're open to adding any other product or services to our company and our website that's really going to help the veterans. And these are available on Vets of Virtue, vetsofvirtue.com. And again, you could just browse through there, see what we do, what we offer, and you can order these.
So it can be picked up on the camera. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Vets of Virtue. Vetsofvirtue.com. Put it up there.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Yeah.
Yes. Now I keep pushing this because it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It could be something that people can have on hand.
Yeah.
Everybody know when they're stressed.
Sure.
I can't stress enough. It gives you a sense of calmness that will help you navigate through the craziness of everyday life.
Yeah.
Just especially if you're a mental patient. Especially if you're a mental patient. But I'm gonna go a little bit further. You got some people that are mental that are not patients.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right.
So this could be something that people could reach for out of a mental health mode. What can I do for myself mentally? I'm a veteran with PTSD, and I can't do groups.
Right.
I can't do the groups. So.
Yeah.
But I do well with the therapists. I do well with natural. I can't do the psychotic drugs that VA give me. I won't. I tried them. They made me to something that I didn't want to be. So I rejected that. But I did this. It was a whole different mental state that it helped me reach. that allowed me to just kind of slide through my day. I'm normal. I want to be normal. This is the biggest struggle of mental patients.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be normal.
Yeah.
But when we get triggered,
right, it's hard.
Normal.
It's hard.
Yeah.
We're not normal.
Yeah.
And we need something instantly. Sometimes it's guys in my life, and I'm thankful for it, that friends of mine that I can communicate with. Mm-hmm. There's some certain people that sometimes you can't get to them folks.
Right.
You're in a place by yourself,
yeah.
and you something triggers. You need something then.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. This is something that everybody should just kind of keep.
Yeah.
And
I think everybody should find what works for them. There's so many options, really, and I don't think there's anything wrong with trying whatever works. Some people don't like natural stuff, and that's fine. We'll find what works for you. Some people really, sometimes really all that works is you sitting down and going to pray. Just sit still sometimes. That can really just calm you down. Just sit down, and just allow your mind to just process. You process in a healthy way by yourself, where you can just be. Sometimes we don't get that because we have to work all the time. There's kids, is this. It's so much going on that you don't even get a time to just stop. Just stop, pause, and grab a hold of your mental, of your spiritual, and take accountability. It's hard, yes, but you are in control of your own mind. You're in control of your own life. And sometimes really all it takes is to pause everything and go sit down somewhere, and it sounds easy, but of course it's harder. But really and truly, a lot of it is just mind management. How are you thinking? What is your perception on this situation? Can this perception be changed? Or maybe this is not necessarily reality, for me to be feeling this upset about it. Maybe that's not necessarily the story. So let me change and shift my perspective so that I can change and shift my emotions about it. And so there's so many ways that you can address your mental health. But I would just, suggest that you find what works for you, because everybody is different. Everything's going to be, different for each and every one. But we wanted to offer something that we weren't seeing, and that was just a holistic solution to what we wanted. We didn't, all the prescriptions that the VA were giving us, we knew that that's not the way we wanted to go. We know the reactions, and we know what we have experienced. So.
And two, the VA system is time limited. They want to put you in a program, and it's got you in there with a bunch of folks, and they feel like you've been there long enough. That's enough. Mm-hmm. That each individual stuff is different.
Yeah.
My PTSD, my reaction to my PTSD, my perception is much different from somebody that was in the same combat situation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we come from different backgrounds and different experiences. So I appreciate what Veterans of Virtue is doing with this, because I'm hoping that the conversation will get people to accept that it's reality. I got PTSD. I had to accept that in order to deal with it. Mm-hmm. I had to say, wait a minute, I ain't crazy, but this condition that I have incurred will make me do some crazy things if I don't check it.
Right.
If I don't mind manage it.
Right.
It can get me all into trouble.
Right.
And that's what's happening to our people in the communities when they're left without care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mental health care, I'm just saying, you got a lot of patients that got a lot of people that got mental health but ain't patients.
Yeah, and in our communities too, that they suffer a lot of trauma too from, I don't want to say the ghettos, I hate that word, but just in some communities where it's a lot of violence, those children are growing up with a whole lot of traumas that are unchecked. That are there's no one to talk to, they don't know how to process it, and that festers into something else. That could fester into an anger issue where they go and shoot somebody else. It festers into something else. It's just, it's really bad, and it has to go checked. We have to check ourselves. We have to check our community And that's what really we're pushing for. It's just the push of a healthy community, because it's possible. It really is possible to have a happy, healthy community.
Okay. Tony.
Yeah.
Okay,
So much to say.
Yeah, I was ready to jump in on this. But what we're going to end up this week's program by encouraging everybody to support Sons of Atlanta Vietnam Memorial that we're building in Piedmont Park. Go on the website, sonsofatlanta.org, read about our organization, read about the memorial, make a donation, and join the many veterans that are going to be supporting this memorial. Until next week, Veterans Talk ain't nothing but a thing.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
VetsOfRescue.com.
Yes.
Bye.
Next week, same place, same time.